Okay, so what in the world does compassionate home care have to do with cutting edge artificial intelligence? I mean, on the surface, absolutely nothing, right? One's all about human connection, the other's about machine logic. But today, we're going to unpack the incredible story of how one entrepreneur fused these two worlds into something, well, pretty remarkable. It's a real head scratcher. You've got this one field that's built entirely on empathy, on caregivers and clients, and then you have another one that's all about data, algorithms, and pure processing power. So what's the bridge? What could possibly connect these two universes? Well, the answer isn't some new gadget or a hot market trend. The bridge is the unique vision of a single founder, Irene Coleman. She saw a powerful connection where most of us would just see a disconnect. This is really a story about how personal experience can bring together the most unlikely of partners. To really get how she made the leap to AI, we've got to start at the beginning. And this story doesn't start with lines of code. Nope, it starts with years and years of deep, hands-on experience in the super demanding world of the home care industry. And we're not talking about a brief stint here. We're talking over 17 years in healthcare administration. That is nearly 2 decades spent, mastering everything: the operations, the regulations, and of course, the deeply human side of this industry. Her impact wasn't just local either. She kicked things off in Orlando, but then she was out there mentoring and helping build agencies all across the country. Phoenix, Vegas, LA, all the way to the big hubs in Texas and over to Atlanta. This wasn't just theory from a textbook. This was real, practical guidance that worked nationwide. So what do you do when you have almost 2 decades of hard-won expertise? You package it up. That massive wealth of experience was distilled into her very first core service, Homecare's Startup 101. It became the blueprint for new entrepreneurs to follow her path to success. And this is the whole shebang. We're talking everything from navigating that complicated maze of licensing and compliance, all the way to the nitty-gritty of staffing your team and scaling the business. It covers every single critical step you need to build a successful home care agency from scratch. Okay, but this is where the story takes a sharp and really unexpected turn. With this thriving consultancy built on human-to-human care, Irene made a hard pivot, straight into the world of high-tech automation and, you guessed it, artificial intelligence. And her journey into tech wasn't some overnight thing. As she explains it, it was all about practical, daily use, day in and day out for years. A constant process of exploring new tools and figuring out, hey, how can this solve a real business problem? You know, that practical, hands-on journey completely shaped her philosophy. The goal wasn't to teach a bunch of complicated code or confusing technical jargon. It was to demystify AI, to take it from this big, intimidating thing and turn it into a tool that's actually friendly, effective, and, well, fun. So what tools does she focus on? First up, the one everybody's heard of, ChatGPT. It's framed simply as your helpful assistant. So for a home care agency, think about it. That could mean instantly drafting compassionate emails to clients, or creating training materials for new caregivers, or even brainstorming marketing ideas. Next is Gemini, and the keyword here is integration. It's like having a smart assistant that lives right inside the Google apps you already use every day. It could, say, summarize a long email chain about a client's needs in Gmail or automatically organize caregiver schedules in Google Sheets. So useful. Then there's Claude, which is presented as a thinking partner. This is the tool you pull out for the more complex jobs, like helping you write a really sensitive policy on patient privacy, or brainstorming creative solutions to a tricky problem, like finding last-minute shift coverage. And finally, Perplexity, which is basically a research superpower. Instead of spending hours digging through Google, an agency owner could use it to quickly research new state compliance regulations or find the latest studies on elder care. It's all about making better, more confident decisions way faster. And this brings us right to the heart of it all. On one hand, you have this deep, deep mastery of the home care industry. On the other, a really practical expertise in applying AI. And these two paths, which seem so separate, they come together under one powerful umbrella, the 101 Group. You see, the two services are really just two sides of the same coin. Homecare Startup 101 gives you that foundational industry knowledge, the what and the why of building the business. And then the AI training comes in and gives you the modern tools for efficiency, the how of scaling that business using smart automation. It's a perfect match. And that's the core philosophy right there.
The 1011 group operates on this belief that you absolutely need that deep industry experience to guide your strategy, but you need cutting edge AI to actually execute that strategy efficiently and at scale. One without the other just doesn't work as well. So, what's the big takeaway for anyone out there with an idea? Well, this model really provides a clear path forward. It shows you how to turn a vision into reality by combining that essential real world knowledge with today's most powerful tools. The AI learning journey itself is broken down into these four really transformative steps. First, you master the basics to make your daily grind easier. Then, you start automating all those repetitive tasks to get your time back. From there, you unlock creative superpowers. And finally, you learn how to scale your whole operation with these smart assistants. And this approach is really designed for just about everybody. If you're just a curious learner, it makes AI approachable. If you're an entrepreneur, it's like getting a digital co-founder. And if you're trying to advance your career, it gives you the exact high-demand skills that employers are looking for right now.
And her guiding philosophy really says it all. It's not just about dumping information on you. The real goal here is empowerment, giving people not just the tools, but the confidence to actually go out and use them to build something that matters.
And that brings us all the way back to where we started. This entire story, this whole business was born from a really surprising combination, a deep expertise in home care and a passion for AI. So it leaves us with one final thought, a question for you. What two passions could you combine to build something completely new?